If you didn't make a lot of money, do you need to worry about taking care of your back tax issue? This is a really common question I get because a lot of business owners, particularly during COVID, have come to me and said, RC, I had a really slow few years. Or people tell me, I just started my business a few years ago and it's really not doing that great. I haven't filed my taxes, but is it really a big deal? I mean, does the IRS care? Like, if I'm not making any money, is this even an important problem to deal with in the first place? So that's a great question, and there's a two-part answer to that question. Part number one is if you think you didn't make money, my question to you is, are you sure you didn't make money? Most people who have back taxes, business owners, don't have good records. So the reality is when they say I didn't make a lot of money, what they really mean is I don't have my books or my financial records put together, but in my gut, I feel like I didn't make a lot of money. Now, the thing you need to do is actually check to see if that's accurate, because it's been my experience that probably about 90% of the time when business owners finally do go back and put their records together, they actually did just fine. Maybe like when they say I didn't make a lot of money, like they hope they'd make more, but they did okay. So you might actually have made pretty good money in the first place, even if you feel like you didn't. And obviously, if you made decent money, then of course, this is going to be something that is a concern. So step number one is you need to really analyze to figure out how you actually did. Now, let's say you get through step number one, and then step number two is like you run the numbers and maybe you actually didn't do that well in your business these last few years. Do you need to not worry? Here's the problem. For people who are self-employed, tax rates are at the absolute highest levels that exist within the tax code. I always tell people, if you're a business owner, for every dollar of profit you make, there's going to be at least 25 cents of taxes. So even if you only made $50,000, by the time it's all said and done, you're going to have at least $12,500, give or take, of taxes. Now, if you were a W-2 employee and you made $50K, maybe you'd only have a few grand of taxes you would have needed to have withheld. But if you're self-employed, the number is so much higher due to the different taxing regimens that are imposed upon business owners. So look, I mean, even if you only made $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 by the end of the day, yeah, that's not really a lot of money, but the taxes are going to be really high. And that doesn't even include the penalties and interest that could be upwards of 40%. So you need to be aware of this. Even if you made not much money, but you made 30, 40, 50, 60 grand, you're still going to be hit with this. And I mean, look, by the end of the day, if you run the numbers and you genuinely made $0.00, maybe you're okay. But most of the time when people tell me, RC, I made no money, it means A, they didn't run their numbers in the first place, and B, like, maybe they didn't make a lot, but it's still enough to have a pretty big tax. You need to get this taken care of, even if you feel like you didn't make a lot of money in the year. And look, if this is something that you want my help on as a business owner with back taxes, I'd be glad to sit down with you and talk with you over the phone, give you some ideas on how to get this thing taken care of. If you want to have a no BS conversation with me, above or below, there's a link. Click on it to schedule a time with me. I hope this was helpful, guys. You got to get this taken care of. Do not hide on the excuse that you don't think you made a lot of money. The IRS isn't buying it. They have all of your income records, 1099s and stuff like that. They're going to put it together for you if you don't do it yourself, and it's going to be a lot worse that way. Take care.